All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our flashcards for this week. And as always, we have a treble clef line, bass clef line, and then a rhythm only. Again, a great way to practice these would be to go through and just take a look at the notes first and maybe say the note names out loud, say the finger numbers out loud, or tap or clap the counts out loud. So here is the first one. And here's the second one. Here is the third one. Here is the fourth one. And here is the fifth one. Perfect. So again, feel free to practice those over the course of a couple days. That would be just great. And then we're going to go ahead and jump into our unit this week, which is Unit 11. Now, this one is a long unit. We have a lot of songs in this one. And then the following unit, Unit 12, is really short. There's basically one song in Unit 12. So I want to stick with the format of doing one video over one unit. Just for the consistency and to make it a little bit easier so that you know exactly which pages it is you need to do and look at for each week. But this is definitely a case where if you wanted to look at some of the pages from Unit 11 for next week, that would be completely fine. And you could absolutely kind of break that up a little bit and do some of the ones from this much longer unit for next week, which is much shorter. Again, just feel free to go for that. So turning over to page 116 in our book, Unit 11 is going to be talking about the intervals of fourths, fifths, and sixths. So when we talk about intervals, we're talking about the distances between two keys on the piano. And we've learned that before. And so we just start with the first key. So if we're playing from a C to a G, we start with C and we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we count both the first and the last note between the two notes. And so we would call from C to G a fifth. We would call from C to A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a sixth. From C to F, 1, 2, 3, 4, a fourth. Now, when we want to be able to recognize our intervals on our staff, one of the most convenient things, or the easiest way for us to look at this, is that even numbered intervals, so seconds, fourths, sixths, eighths, tenths, twelfths, as high as you want to go, those are going to be mismatched. They're going to be a line and a space, or a space and a line. They won't match. Odd numbered intervals, thirds, fifths, sevenths, ninths, 11ths, again, as high as you want to go, those will match. It will be a line and a line, or a space and a space. And so if you focus on that, it makes it a lot easier to identify the intervals, as well as just focusing on the individual note names and making sure that you're reading your note names very accurately. So definitely go through and take a peek at page 116 and the top of page 117 to make sure that you feel very comfortable with being able to identify the intervals. Musictheory.net also has a practice exercise for interval identification, and I'll leave a link to that in our folder. So you can definitely go through and practice that as well if you need a little bit more help and practice with identifying your intervals. And so then we're going to go ahead and take a look at Promenade on the bottom of page 117. And one thing that you could go through and do with this one would be to use a highlighter or marker of your choice and go in and mark. Primarily in this one, what we're going to be looking for is our fourths, the interval of a fourth. And we can see that from the D to the G in the first measure, and in the second measure, and in the fourth measure, and the fifth measure. So that's kind of one of the new intervals that we're going to be looking at, is the fourth there. We do have some fourths going between our hands, like from going to the left hand to the right hand, and you could definitely mark that in as well. Typically when we're looking at between the hands, we don't always mark the intervals between that just because they look very different, but you could mark this G to the C as a fourth here in the first measure, the D to the A here in the third measure as a fourth, and then same thing in the fourth measure, the C to the G right there. And those would be good places to mark our melodic fourths. So when we have the interval playing one note to the next note, we call that a melodic interval. When we're having them play both notes at the same time, we would call that a harmonic interval. So I'm going to go ahead and play this one through from the very beginning. We have our right hand thumb on C, left hand thumb on B. And I will say the finger numbers out loud for this one. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, 3, 2, 5, 3, 1, 2, left hand, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, right hand, 1, 2, 5, 3, 2, 5, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1. And those last two notes right there, getting that together with the left hand, that's a little bit of a tricky spot, so feel free to kind of spot practice that a few times. So then we will go through and play this one from the very beginning, and I will play the teacher accompaniment. So once you feel really comfortable, you can give it a try with the teacher part. So here we go. 1, ready, go. So you can feel free to add that to your playing of the melody part. And then we will go ahead and try this moving on to the next page, where we have Chinese kites on page 118. And another thing that you could do with this one, just like the first one, would be to go through and mark your intervals. So we have a lot more harmonic fourths in this one. So that first interval that we can see in the very beginning, the B and the E together, that would be a harmonic fourth. We can see where we step down, then step back up. And so going through and highlighting or marking all of those harmonic fourths. Also mark the tie in the left hand and the second line, and then also from the end of the third line going into the fourth line, marking those ties in the left hand, and that's also a harmonic fourth right there. Would be a great thing to go through and do for this one, and marking that last tie in those last two measures of the right hand. And if you get that one, it's pretty simple. So let's go ahead and give this one a try from the very beginning. So let's go ahead and I will try through with, we'll go ahead and try this one with both hands together, and I will just say the finger numbers out loud. 1, 2, 3. 1, ready, go. 5 and 2. 1 and 4. 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 1, 4. 5, 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, 5, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, 5, 5, 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, 1, 4, 5, 2. Jump an octave, 5, 2, and hold, tie, hold, hold. Beautiful job. So for this one, if you think about that starting hand position that we were in, what would you call this hand position? We would call this an A minor hand position or an A position. So we're going to go ahead and give this one a try in a G position, okay? So I'm going to start from the very beginning following the exact same finger numbers, but now using a G position. So here we go. 1, ready, go. 5, 2, 1, 4, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 1, 4, 5, 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 1, 4, 5, 2, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 5, 2, 5, 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, 1, 4, 5, 2, up an octave, 5, 2, and hold. Wonderful. And then you can also give this a try in a D major pentascale or any of the other pentascale positions that you would like to give this one a try. Because we have that same hand position in both hands, the same notes in both hands, you can give this a try in any of the other hand positions that you want to give it a try in. So now we'll go ahead and move right along to Danny Boy on page 119. And so just like the other ones, this one has primarily some harmonic fourths, and we're going to go ahead and mark those in our left hand part here. So if we will go ahead, oh, there's my calendar. So let's go ahead and take a look at the left hand first. We're going to mark that harmonic fourth and the tie that goes in from measure 2 to measure 3. We also have a harmonic third at the end of the first line. So you can see the difference. With the fourth, we have that line and a space note. With the third, it's both line notes, and that's a really easy way to differentiate. And then we have very similar, that the third line is pretty much identical to the first line. We're going to mark that tie, and then the third at the end. Then we have that fourth in measure 13. Then we have a fourth in our right hand, the second to last measure, and then a third. So, and they go through and mark those ties also in that last portion right there. Very, very nice. So we'll go ahead and play this one through. Let's try it just one hand at a time to start with. It's a little bit, simple in both hands. And we'll have some long periods of rest if we do hands separately, but I think this is a good one because we have all of those intervals. So I'll go ahead and try just the left hand alone, and I'm going to be starting with my left hand thumb on C. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. 2, 1, rest. 1, 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 1, 3, 5. Rest. 1. Rest. 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 rest, 1, rest, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, rest, 1, 4, 2, 3, 4, tie, 2, 3, 4, rest, 1, 3, 5, rest, 2, 1, rest, 1, 4, 2, 3, 4, rest, 1, 3, 2, 1, and hold it, tie, and hold it. Great, and here is the right hand, and I'm starting with my right hand finger 1 on D. 1, 2, 3, ready, go, rest, rest, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 4, 2, 1, rest, 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 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, rest, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, 4, 2, 1, rest, 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 1, 2, 5, 4, 2, 1, rest, 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 4, 1, 4, ties 2. Wonderful, and then here it is with both hands from the very beginning. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. And so at the very end, we have that little ritardando in the 14th measure. And then we have a fermata over our last notes right there. So that's just telling us that in general, we're going to slow down through the end of the song. Give it a nice kind of gradual ending right there to make it sound really, really nice. So now we're going to turn over to page 120, and this one is New Age Sounds. So this one is primarily working through all of the intervals that we've learned so far. So we've got our fifths, fourths, and thirds in this one. So what you'll want to go do is just pause really quick and play through and mark in the intervals in each measure. So I'll give you just kind of an idea. The first one is that could be a fifth, right? Because I have my right hand, then a fourth, third, and then you're going to look at the ones in the left hand for the second line. And you can go ahead and mark in the intervals for that last line too, even though it doesn't have blanks. You can definitely do that as well. So also we want to pay attention to our C sharps. Remember, that's the first of our groups of 2 black keys. So whenever you're ready, we'll go ahead and give this one a try with both hands. and I'll call out the intervals as we go. So we're going to be in an A major pentascale position for both hands. So here we go for the beginning. 1, 2, ready, go. 5th, down. 4th, down. 3rd, down. And we repeat this line. 5th. 4th. 3rd. Now to the second line. 5th. 4th. 3rd. Now this is a harmonic 3rd. Repeat. 5th. 4th. 3rd. And a harmonic 3rd. 5th. 4th. 3rd. Now this is the second here. It's just a step. And then a 5th in both hands. Wonderful. So how about we give a demonstration of this one in a D 5-finger position with both hands. So remember, we're going to have F sharps in the middle for D major. I'm going to do the exact same thing, just calling out the intervals, giving you a demonstration of this one in D major. 1, 2, ready, go. 5th. 4th. This will be an F sharp here. 3rd. And we repeat this line. 4th. 3rd. 5th. 4th. 3rd. And then a 3rd in your right hand. And we repeat this line. 5th. 4th. 3rd. Harmonic 3rd. 5th. 4th. 3rd. 2nd. 5th in both hands. Perfect. So that is the New Age Sound Song, and because we have both hands in the same 5-finger position, you could try transposing this one to any key of your choice. You could give it a try in C position, or G position, or E position, or B position, whenever you wanted to do that. This would be a great one to practice playing in a variety of different keys to test your knowledge of how to play in those different hand positions. So now we'll go ahead and look over at page 121 with aria. Now for this one, we're having a lot more thirds in this example. Now I won't have you go through and necessarily mark all of the thirds in this one, just because that would take a really long time, but we will go through and mark a couple of the fourths that we have. So if we look through the second line, we can see at the end of measure 5 that we have a fourth that goes through between our right hand and our left hand, so going from the left hand to the right hand right there. And then the same thing happening at the end of measure 6. Then we also have another one at the end of measure 7 from E to A and just the left hand. And then we have that same one from A to D from the left hand to the right hand at the end of measure 9. Then at the end of measure 10 as well, and then a fourth in the left hand at the end of measure 11. So if you go through and just mark all of those intervals, that will set you up really well for being able to play this one. So we're going to go through and try this one hand separately first, just the left hand alone, and then we'll try just the right hand alone. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go, 5, and hold it, 1, and hold it, 1, and hold, back to 5, 5, 3, 1, 3, 1, rest, 1, rest, 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 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, and hold, 5, 3, 1, 3, 1, rest, 1, rest, 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 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 5, chord, chord, and don't forget the F sharps that we have through this one. So that would put both hands in a D major 5-finger pattern, and so that's why we have our F sharps throughout the whole song. Here's the right hand. 1, ready, go, 5, 5, 3, 5, 5, 3, 5, 5, 4, 2, rest, 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, 3, 1, rest, 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 1, 1, 3, 1, hold, 1, rest, 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 3, 1, 3, 1, rest, 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 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, rest, 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 1, 1. So that right hand part is a little bit tricky to grab those 8th note Ds that we have at the end of some of those measures. But again, with this one, I think it's worth it to give it just a little try hand separately, even if the rhythm is a little bit strange. And then we'll go ahead and give this one a try with both hands together. 1, ready, go. Nice! So, the switching back and forth between the left and right hand pretty quickly can be a little bit of a challenge on this one, so you'll definitely want to kind of keep an eye on that as you play. And then you'll want to go through, and you could also try this one in any of the other hand positions that we want to try, because we keep our D major hand position throughout. You could try this one in a C position, G position, A position, etc. And that would be a great thing for you to give a try on for this one, especially with those switches back and forth between the right and left hand. That would be a really great thing for you to practice. So now we'll go ahead and turn over to page 122, and we're now focusing mostly on our interval of a sixth for this one. So since a sixth is a even numbered interval, we're going to have a line to a space or a space to a line. So at the bottom, at the top of page 122, they have that little exercise where they're having you write the correct letter name that forms a sixth on each of these little mini keyboards on the page. So what you want to go do is write in what note would be above a sixth from the G, which would be E. They have that written in as an example. Then you'll write in what would be a sixth up from A, what would be a sixth down from B, what would be a sixth down from D. So definitely go through and try that one and just practice finding sixths on the keyboard, and that would be a really, really great thing for you to do. So now we're going to look at page 122, the bottom of 122, the sixth sense warm-up exercise that we have down here. And this is practicing finding the sixth and especially working on how we're going to do the finger numbers for that. So you'll notice that we play 1 and 5 for our fifth, then we reach our thumb down for the sixth, then we go back up to a fifth, then we reach our pinky up to make a sixth, then back down. Same thing for the left hand. Pinky goes down for a sixth, pinky comes back up, thumb comes up to make a sixth, then back down. Play one more time. 1, 5, thumb goes down, thumb back up, pinky up, pinky down, pinky down, pinky up, thumb goes up, then back down. Then you can try this with both hands in a C position. So we would call this one kind of an F position to start with. You can try it on a C position. And they show those notes that you'll start at the bottom. Ready, go. Thumb goes down, thumb goes up, pinky up, pinky down, pinky down, pinky up, thumb goes up, thumb comes down. There you go, very simple warm-up exercise. So now we'll go ahead and look over at page 123, and this is The Lion Sleeps Tonight. So this one's probably a popular song that most of you know. So let's go ahead and just really quickly mark in the left hand all of those long ties. So we've got the tie in the chord between measure 1 and 2. Then we have a sixth tie between measures 3 and 4, and this is going to be where our thumb comes up to grab the sixth of a B to a D. Then we have a fifth in measures 5 through 6. We'll have our thumb come back down. Look at the little rhythm thing we have here where we have a tie between the last note of measure 7 into measure 8. We have the same thing basically repeats in the next two lines. Got the tie there. We've got the sixth next, then the fifth. Then we have that one over the bar line for measure 15. And then we have that chord at the very end. So let's go ahead and try through, and you'll also want to mark the ties in the right hand as well. And that's mostly going to be just to get that rhythm. So let's go ahead and try just the left hand alone. 1, 2, ready, go. D chord, 2, 3, 4, tie, 2, 3, thumb goes up, sixth, 2, 3, 4, tie, 2, 3, thumb back down, open fifth, 2, 3, 4, tie, 2, 3, 4, rest, rest, 1, 1, tie, 1, 1, chord, 2, 3, 4, tie, 2, 3, thumb comes up, 1 and 5, 2, 3, 4, tie, 2, 3, thumb back down, 2, 1 and 5, 2, 3, 4, tie, 2, 3, 4, rest, rest, 1, 1, tie, 1, 1, chord. Here's the right hand alone, still in a D position with the right hand. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, tie, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, rest, 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 5, 3, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, rest, 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 3, 2. So you notice the rhythm of that is a little bit different than the original song. And that's how it is a lot of times in these pieces that they have in here, where they'll write the rhythm a little bit of a simplified version. But if you want to play along with the that rhythm that's kind of more familiar to the song, you can absolutely do that. Again, I really encourage you guys, when it's a popular song and it has a rhythm that is a little bit different than the original, feel free to play it the way that you know it. Feel free to play it the way that is most familiar. And so I'll go ahead and play this through, and I'll just play it as it's written in case you guys want to do it that way, and that's how I'll also do it with the teacher duet. 1, 2, ready, go. Fabulous. So I know I really have to concentrate to be able to get that rhythm right, just because it is a little bit different from what I know. So that could be a really great exercise for you to go through and kind of have to play this one in a way that's a little bit unfamiliar. Can really help build your good rhythm reading skills. So here's the teacher accompaniment part for you to play along. 1, 2, ready, go. Fabulous. So feel free to go ahead and put those together and give that a try all the way through with the teacher part as well. And then we'll go ahead and look at Nobody Knows the Trouble I've Seen. And this is a great one to practice because this is, again, a little bit more of a challenge piece. We've got a lot, it's a little bit on the longer side, and lots of new things in this one. So again, I would go through and maybe just mark in some of the intervals that you have here. So some of the intervals that you have in the left hand and the right hand. So like in the first line, we've got those fifths in the left hand. In the bottom of, or on the first page, on that end of the second line, we have a sixth with the right hand. Then we have a fifth in the left hand over on the top line of the second page. Then a fifth in measure 13 with the right hand. A harmonic second where you play both of those notes together in measure 14. Then a at the end right there. Then notice starting in measure 17 that we have both hands are playing the same note name. So it's like a G, 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 E, E, G, 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 G. So same notes between the hands right there, and that's just something helpful to notice. A fifth in measure 21 in the left hand, and in 22, a sixth in measure 23 and 24. Same thing where both hands play the same note, starting in measure 25, a fifth in the bottom of measure 29 in the left hand, measure 30 a sixth, and then a third, right? And that last measure, then we have a da capo al fine. That means we go back to the beginning. So we'll play the first page, the second page. Then we'll go back through and play the first page and the first two lines of the second page and go to this fine right here in measure 16. So that's right where we'll stop. That'll be the end of the song, is that second line of the second page after we go through the whole thing. So this one is a lot of prep work. Go ahead and pause the video and practice through hands separately. Okay, so you'll definitely want to make sure that you're playing this one hands separately a few times. Notice those times where we have finger 2 on G in the first page, and then we pretty much go back to a 5-finger pattern, a C 5-finger pattern for the second page. But notice on those first couple of lines, we have it a little bit outside of that. So go ahead and pause the video and make sure that you practice with both hands separately first, and then we'll put it together. So here we go from the very beginning in a C 5-finger scale with both hands, except for I'm going to be putting my finger 2 on G for just these first couple of lines in the left hand. 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 2, 1, right hand 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. 3, left hand 2, 1, right hand 1, 1, left hand 1, 2, and 6 in the right hand. 3, 2, 1, right hand 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. 3, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 3, 5, 5, 5, 3, 5, 5, 3, and hold it. 5, left hand 5th, 3, left hand 5th, 2, left hand 6th, 6th, 3, 5, 5, 5, 3, 5, 5, 3, 1, left third 5th, 2, left hand 6th, 1, back to the beginning. Perfect. And then once you feel very comfortable playing both hands on this one, we will go ahead and try the teacher part. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, Back to the beginning. Fabulous. So there is that one all the way through. Again, definitely a nice challenge to finish off this unit with. Something for you to put in a little bit of extra time and practice into. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at page 126, and we have a little interval study here. So I'll just demonstrate this one, calling out the intervals, and then you can try this one in a variety of other hand positions as well. So here we go with the left hand. Second. Step down third, down to fourth, down to fifth, back up to second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 3 and 5. Right hand, second, third, hands together. 1, 2, ready, go. Third, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, fifth, second, repeat, third, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, fifth, second, third. And then definitely go ahead and repeat this page on a variety of other hand positions, and that'll be really good practice for you. Then on page 127, we have a great music theory page, mostly working on identifying all of your fourths, fifths, and sixths. So definitely fill that one out, and that will really ensure that you have mastered those intervals. So here are our 5-finger patterns, and we're going to do E minor and B minor. And again, our minor 5-finger patterns are found on the minor 5-finger pattern PDF. So we're going to go ahead and do B minor first. The pattern for this one is white, black, white, white, black. So I'll go ahead and call out the note names, then the finger numbers, and then one all by itself. Ready, go. B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, D, F sharp, D, B. Now finger numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, and all alone. E minor, and E minor has just F sharp, so white, black, white, white, white. Here we go. E, F sharp, G, A, B, A, G, F sharp, E, G, B, G, E. Finger numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1.